What's up, y'all? It's DD Conway, and it's time to take some nostalgic movies that we love and point out the bad guy that we knew was the problem, while taking a deeper dive to expose the real villain causing all the mess. This is the movie villain versus the actual villain. I have no clue what part this is. Let's go.
Smoking grits and selling chickens, call that painted lemons. It's Gucci. Lemons on the chain with the V cuts. Lemons on the
Up first on this list comes from the movie National Security, starring Martin Lawrence as Earl Montgomery.
I keeps it clean when Earl Montgomery's on the scene. What the problem is?
See, when you watch it, it's clear that the movie villain is the ones that are involved that killed Hank's partner, as well as betrayed Hank and Earl in the end. Earl is the real villain. Look, regardless of how we feel, Earl was a total fuck up this whole movie, bro. Even being on the good side of things, you still can't overlook the fact that he did mess up Hank's life over nothing. He played on the fact that Hank was trying to hit a bee and made it seem like Hank was whooping his ass.
Oh, what? There's a big ass bumblebee behind you.
You don't think I'm gonna fall for that crap, do you?
Now I'm allergic to bees.
Minority suspect. Minority suspect.
Let's take that back before the ass whooping though. Specifically why this even started. Earl left his keys in the ignition and had his arm deep in the window trying to get his keys.
You smell?
You asking me if I need some help or if I'm still in this car?
Okay, fine. Are you stealing this car?
Does it look like I'm still in this damn car?
Man, iPhone 4 charger cord eating ass nigga. It do look like you still in that motherfucker. Bruh, if your arm that deep in the car, just open the door, G. The police will always be nosy. It's not gonna be a time that they not. When Hank asked if he needed some help, that was the initiation of investigation. Earl is the real villain, cause he the type of person I'm not getting in the car with. Niggas that will forget that they black and start talking crazy to the police.
What comes out of my mouth next? You're a fucking pig.
Bruh, just tell that man you locked your keys in the car. The name of the game is getting home. If you sit and escalate situations with the police and you don't have to, you a real halitosis hot pocket eating ass nigga.
Somebody in this bitch birthday.
Real dookie stew slurper type of person. And I never get in the car with you. Earl should have just opened the door. Bruh, your arm that deep in there, just open the door, bruh. No need to put yourself at risk because you feel like this.
White man has his hand in the car. You probably give him a good Samaritan award, huh? Figure he's just going around turning off people's lights.
Yeah.
And if you ain't white, you ain't right.
Now, is there some truth to that? Yes. However, life experiences taught me if the police thirsty, boy, everybody a target. Especially if you arm deep in a car and you could just open the door. You open yourself up to that investigation disguised as a simple question every time. It's going to be a simple, you need some help. My thing is this. When you know you're a part of the others that get treated a certain way, sometimes you have to move like that. Again, the name of the game is getting home. If you don't really know what you're talking about, bro, just shut up. Don't let pride get you into something that is harder to get out of. And then the crazy part about it is Earl's karma ended up being that he had to partner with Hank and damn near get killed. And to end up in the same situation he was prideful about as an officer. Now he had to deal with the same situation that Hank was in. It's a different point of view. And Earl failed miserably.
Excuse me.
Hey, you wanna step away from the vehicle, please?
Hank, please, man. Let me show you how this type of situation is properly handled. Excuse me, Mr. Civilian who has rights. Did you perhaps lock your keys in your vehicle?
Yeah,
Allow me to assist you instead of beat you senseless like some cops would. Hey, listen, man. Not everyone's a criminal, remember?
Car! Wait, that's my car!
Cut that bitch off.
Coming in at number 4 on this list is one of the more disappointing characters on this list for me. To me, he's a failed role model and someone that had a chance to be a father figure, but he dropped the ball because he drank freak Black and Mild smoothies. The man I'm speaking of is Uncle George from ATL.
I gets the booty around here. I gets the draws. I gets the booty. I gets the train. I'm the one supposed to be getting cut in this house because I'm a grown-ass man. I'm supposed to get the cutting.
The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Uncle George was a real villain. Yeah, Big Boy's dope boy drug lord character was the movie villain, but Uncle George is the real villain because he's a terrible uncle and a D1 hater. Bruh, you walking around the crib that's not yours and you hating on your nephews for getting some of that mook. Take your two-tone box Chevy body ass on. Uncle George wasn't instilling any type of real guidance into his two nephews. He's a real villain because when his brother passed, you would expect him to step up and instill something into his nephews to help them follow a better path in life. Instead of that, I feel like his behavior just contributed to some of the things that they were already going through, like contributing to all the dysfunction that they already had.
All right? Now, you may not want to hear it, but that boy gonna do what he want to do. A few extra dollars in the house ain't gonna hurt nothing.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
Hey, Uncle George, take your raw cheeseburger eating ass on. Supporting your nephew selling drugs probably isn't something that your brother would have encouraged. George had a lack of leadership, and it forced Rashad to have to grow up and be the man of the house. George is a villain because he wasn't working to build nothing for the family. He just still managed to criticize and act like he had all the answers.
Don't no woman want no man with two dumbass kids and no money.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
Quiet hypocrisy is dangerous. You can't live off them kids' efforts and then think you will have all the authority. They'll see right through it every time. Moesha is a show that many black millennials grew up on. I've talked about Moesha being on the Real Villains Countdown before, but this time we'll focus specifically on her pops, Frank Mitchell.
Good for you, Frank. You finally brought your son home. I knew you'd do the right...
Bitch.
Son?
Out of Pepe.
When it comes to Frank, we know he treats both his children different. Specifically because of genders, we know how controlling he is. However, I'll forever dislike this show for how they made Dorian Frank's child with another woman. See, that storyline totally ruined the show for me. But what I do want to focus on specifically this time is Frank's attitude that many black parents have had growing up. That respect is a one-way street type of attitude.
I am your father. I brought you in this world, and I'll take you out.
This stuff is great.
Frank, for me, represents black families that had a deeply ingrained belief that respect from elders is non-negotiable. You don't talk back, you don't question authority, and you don't challenge grown folks. Even having a valid point can get you slapped. Saying words like lie or even a phrase such as "that's not true" become words that are curse words. Your elders be ready to rock bottom your ass over feeling challenged. And that's how I felt watching Frank operate. Frank was the type of parent to preach about how you have to give respect to get it, but it's not something that he means. In the black household, that really just means the child is expected to give respect automatically, but it'll be selective when that respect is given back. Everything he did to Moesha, many of us have experienced. Being interrupted mid-sentence when you expressing yourself. Having your concerns dismissed. And when you don't agree, it'll be seen as disrespectful. Even being calm and logical. Frank was the real villain because, although a character, many of our parents were Frank at one point. Specifically, solely based off mindset. This is a generational cycle in a black household where respect isn't earned through mutual understanding, but assumed based off age and title. Coming in at number 2 on this countdown comes from a man who watched his best friend humiliate and abuse a woman. Number 2 is Frost from the movie What's Love Got to Do With It? Frost was quiet and complicit with everything that was going on, and he should have been one of the first people as Ike's right-hand man to tell him, bro, you lost your mind. But he stayed by Ike's side, silent and entertaining the behavior. Frost Applebee's sampler body ass watch Ike freaky deek ostrich meat eating ass try to shove cake in Tina's mouth and then proceed to slap the dog shit out of another woman just to tell Tina this in the end.
Anime, come on. This cake real good.
Anime, just take the cake, please.
Rifling, shiftless, good for nothing niggas.
Man, Ike and that hoe off booger sugar. Player fly his spirit animal.
Before you trip, nigga, go check my past. Player fly been getting geek since 95. Fly get high off the powder, fly stay full of that white snorting dust, 48 straight.
And Frost's Model T body ass gonna encourage her to eat the cake after his friend in there wilding out. See, Frost's the type of dude you gotta watch being around. You gotta stay away from her. Cause I ain't watching none of my friends beat on a woman and then continue to be around them, whether we getting money or not. To me, that's not something that you should be cool with staying around for. Me personally, I'm telling you that you tripping and holding you back. But the second everything calmed down, I'm out. Everybody blocked. Never talking to y'all folk again. He's realistic because he represents the culture of silent abuse. Some abusers will have people around them that witness the damage and say nothing because for whatever reason they may be getting money, for whatever reason they are prospering in the situation. To me, you can't, it's not my business every situation. I don't believe that the friend should stay around because to me, you part of the program too. And if we being honest, Frost is dead wrong and he gets highlighted as the worst friend in here. He is. However, Tina friends were part of the band and some of them was part of the problem too. Obviously, she had plenty of people telling her, but one specific lady that really didn't leave. You gave her advice to leave after you saw her get beat. That should have been the day you left too. Regardless of what your friend was saying, I would have left. Because at that point, you gotta want to do something for yourself. You gotta want to be away from that. But I'm not going to participate in it knowing that my friend is in there too. You can give advice, but to me, what good is giving advice if you stand around watching this shit too? Because 9 times out of 10, she wasn't speaking up at the moment. You only spoke up when you got your ass slapped.
No, leave her alone, Ike.
What the fuck is you doing, cuz?
Frost gets all the highlight, and rightfully so, because he is a villain. I don't want to diminish the light on him at all for that. However, I do want to say, don't let Tina's friendships overshadow the fact that she had some Frost in her camp too. Coming in at number 1 is a character from the same movie as What's Love Got to Do with It that is totally glossed over. I think Frost gets way more heat than this character does, and I think that's insane. At this point, we know that the real villain is Ike Turner.
God damn, if you don't make it, I'll kill you.
How the hell do you wake up dead?
I think specifically when black women watch this movie, they need to be giving her the same energy or more that they give Frost. And I'm not trying to sit right here and take up for him, but how can y'all see some of the stuff this character does and get more angry here at Frost? And number 2 is Tina's mother, Zelma.
You know, I noticed my boys crushed some of your flowers accidentally outside. That should cover the damages.
And off top, her mama trash, bruh. Accepting money from Ike, make it last forever fit ass, proved that she knew what type of man Ike was and ensured that as long as Ike was still paying and spending money on her, she would keep pushing Tina toward him no matter what. And honestly, pushing your daughter toward the beats is insane. She's a villain because she failed as a parent. The parent is supposed to be the protector, the one that's supposed to chase off trouble, not invite it in. She showed loyalty to tradition and money than her own daughter's well-being.
What's wrong with you, girl? Every time I turn my back, Mom.
Oh, child, he just being a man. Don't be worrying about him. Don't be nagging him now. Look here.
And the juggernaut looking at hoe.
Silly bitch, your weapons cannot harm me. Don't you know who the fuck I am? I'm the Juggernaut.
Hey.
That's the time to be a parent and tell your daughter to leave. She just saw her man openly trying to talk to another woman. And as a mother, Zelma, some type of marsupial looking ass, encourages her daughter to keep talking and not nag. That's nasty work, bro. Because she's part of a generation that would tolerate abuse to keep the family together or to maintain social stability. But part of me thinks it was more about receiving money to be stable. Her support and silence allowed Ike's behavior to continue unchecked. This man Ike was mollywiping her daughter, and Zelma showed no real concern for Tina's trauma or bruises. Zelma was a master dick rider. She was riding that motherfucker more than her daughter was.
Bro, is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
like
saying
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
Zelma, I know your drawers big as hell, parachute booty ass nigga. You had to be one heartless person to give your daughter up like that. That's what makes her villainy so cold. She wasn't the shoulder to lean on like a parent should be. Zelma cared more about living the lifestyle and having money than she really even cared about her daughter. Her choices don't necessarily deliver the physical harm, but they extend the arm and contribute to the mental pain that Tina had to endure.
Smoking grits and selling chickens, call that painted living. It's Gucci. Living's on the chain.